All right, everyone, let's take a look at the Oracle of Light and Dreams, which is a deck by English fantasy artist Scott Howden. And this is a 49 card deck that is intended and, really based in this idea of being all about fantasy. So it's a deck of different characters that are elves and magical beings, each of which who has some sort of animal companion, and it's intended to be very uplifting and just bring a little bit of magic into your life. So let's take a look. So first of all, this is a mass market deck. It's put out by US Game Systems, and it was just I think just released really recently, just now. It's September 2022, so this guy just came out. And we have the standard kind of mass market deck box, which is a nice sturdy two-piece box. There are 49 cards and then a guidebook. We'll take a look at that guidebook first. This image that's on the deck is I think this was one of the first reasons why I bought the deck, because I just was like, oh my gosh, octopus and just really beautiful fantasy looking woman, gorgeous. So the guidebook is 105 pages and it's quite nice. It's full color and it has this beautiful, like really glossy paper stock to it, which is nice. Each of the cards is featured in the book and you'll see the name of the card. So for instance, the name of this card is Dragon's Lair. And then there is I guess you could say a message. So in this case, it's don't judge a book by its cover. Some keywords about that card. And then there's a story about the piece. Now, one of the things that this Oracle deck is kind of intending to do with this guidebook is to tell you a story. It's almost kind of like a little story of the piece or what's going on in the artwork, and that reinforces the message of the card itself. As you flip through the book, you'll probably notice that there's really no additional material here in terms of spreads or anything like that. So really, this book is more about the art and the imagery and the message of the individual cards rather than trying to help you figure out how to read them or anything like that. So you probably aren't going to find much help in here in terms of making spreads with these with these cards rather, but you will get lots of information on the individual cards. And some of them, like this one, Joan of Arc, don't necessarily have animals in them. Oh, that one's really cool. It's peony, but it has the snake. Gorgeous. Here's one with an elephant. And some of them have multiple animals, like this one is an elephant with a lion cub. Really gorgeous there on that one. And a second kingfisher. And here's a great example of one that is focused more on plants. So this one is poppy, and here's pumpkin patch. So some of the later cards are like that thistle, which I love. I think it's really neat that some of the plants get, there's the fields of gold. Some of the plants get some attention in this one as well. We have Red Riding Hood with multiple animals. Oh, that Shield Maiden one is really cool. That's another one that kind of doesn't, it's kind of out of the pattern with the other ones, but still very cool. Wow, look at that one. Gorgeous. And then back to some plants. And there you have it. I think this deck is gorgeous. I absolutely love the fantasy nature of it. I love the color patterns. I think that cohesively as a deck, it really holds up because we've got the same sort of look and color. I think that these cards all work really well together, and they would be beautiful on an altar as well. So this is a gorgeous little deck. The meanings of the cards are really simple, and again, because they're not on there, this gives you the opportunity to pull a card and kind of tell your own story with it, or of course you can use the book if you prefer. And this is just a fun fantasy deck that is quite pretty and super simple, easy to use, and just really a beautiful, gorgeous feast for the eyes.